In question number 3, it's the same set of directions. What we want to make sure that we do is apply our GEMDAS. And just to reiterate our GEMDAS, this applies more than the previous example. We want to make sure that we apply our GEMDAS backwards. So we want to get rid of any addition subtraction first, and then any multiplication and division second. We haven't dealt with exponents when solving equations to this point. And then we want to get our grouping symbols isolated. Well, in this case, that's where we apply the strategy where we want to make sure that we isolate our grouping symbols, and our grouping symbols the absolute values. So we want to undo multiplying by a -2. So I'm going to rewrite the problem. 5x minus 1, absolute value equals -10. Our primary goal is to make sure that we isolate this absolute value first, because we've got to get to that grouping symbol. And that means we want to undo multiplying by -2, which means divide both sides by -2. That will undo our multiplication of a -2, so now we have the absolute value of 5x minus 1 equals the value of 5. Now that we have our absolute value isolated, now we want to break it up into case 1 and case 2. Again, because what is in here is one of two things. It can either be a positive or a -5. Once we take the absolute value of it, it's just a 5, and we don't know. So that's where we always break it up into 2 different cases. So in case 1, I'm going to take our 5x minus 1, I'm going to set it equal to a 5. In case number 2, we do the same thing. We take our 5x minus 1, but this time we're going to say what if it was equal to a -5. We solve each of these independently. So I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So 5x equals, adding 1 is 6. That means x is equal to 6/5. In the second one, what we have is 5x equals a. If I add 1, a -4, which means x is equal to a -4/5. So those are our 2 solutions. So what we're going to do is put those in solution sets. So set notation is -4/5 is a solution, comma 6/5. Typically, when you're working with just numerical values, both of those solutions will work. You can plug them back in and check. At this point, I'm not going to take the time to do it because I'm going to show you how to work that. Case 1, case 2. So